Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about the rules. I told you, since I've been single, I've had to learn all kinds of new rules. And it's funny because, before I go any further with that, I want to talk a little bit about policy. Because a policy is the rules. I mean, a lot of companies and stuff like that, they have a policy of doing this, policy of that. Where you work, I'm sure they have a policy for all kinds of stuff. And that's what a policy is. It's the rules. And it's funny because I've got a policy that I go by, and that is if I don't like the rules, I don't play the game. Seeing I don't stand in line. I'm not the stand in line kind of guy. That's another one of my policies or rules is for me to stand in line, something is very, very important. And because like I say, I just don't stand in line. But it's funny, since I've been single, I've had to learn all kinds of new rules. And it's like I say, 41 years with the same woman, she explained the rules to me. And not always. I mean, we had to work our stuff out. And that's why we were able to stay together for 41 years. As we learned the rules, we decided if we can adapt to these new rules or not. And if we can't, what is it that we can do to kind of either change the rules or make it so then the rules are a little more adaptable. So that's basically been the way I've lived my life. And like I say, I've lived down here now, it's been over 12 years. And it's almost been 13 years now. So, but anyway, the reason why we came down here is I didn't like the rules in the United States. And it just, they kept coming up with more rules. And the rules became a little more difficult to adapt to. And a matter of fact, for me, I had that problem a long time ago. I was ready to leave the States a long time ago. My wife thought it'd be better if we stayed there for the kids. So that's why we stayed as long as we did. And then finally, we got to the point where the government was enforcing their laws to a point of violence. And that was in, like I say, 02, 03, something like that. And then that's when my wife decided that maybe I was right, that we need to leave the States. And so that was one of the things. But the thing is, if we have some kind of input, then it's easier to adapt to the rules. And the reason I'm even talking about all this is I don't know if people realize that that's what's going on. When relationships dissolve, it's not like this divorce just came out of nowhere. It is something that has been coming. And in other words, you see the rules, and either you're not adapting to it, or like I say, the rules are coming up, being put in place so you cannot adapt to it. They'll use that type of tactic in businesses. Like I say, you're working for a business, you'll start making money, and you think, boy, I want to have a good career going here. And they start adding more and more crap or rules, and these rules are harder and harder to adapt to. What they're trying to do is get you out, because they've got younger people that they can hire cheaper than you, and they want you out. So the idea of using rules, if you don't like the rules, you don't play, that tactic is used in all different aspects of life, and you need to be aware of that. In other words, when they're putting up rules, they're wanting you out. That's why they're making more rules, and they're making it harder to go by. And I've noticed that, like I say, since I've been single, I've had control of my life because we've worked out things. And now since I've been single, I notice a lot of these gals they're really putting out really weird rules. And they're not rules to build a relationship on. A lot of times they're rules for a controlling mechanism, more like a business type of stuff. They want to show that they're the boss and this type of stuff. And but then again, remember, I'm not an equal rights kind of guy. So a woman being demanding in my world just doesn't work. I'm not demanding at all. I'm really easygoing, and I love to please. I love to please people. That's my work, is I please people. And so when people start applying rules to me, that is a turnoff. And it's funny because down here there are a lot of rules that are kind of different than in the United States, and that's because it's a whole different culture and stuff like that. So it is kind of a fun thing, and I do have to watch myself. I can play some of these games because I know they're temporary games, so I can play some of them for a short time. And that's another thing, you know, being down here, I'm playing a lot of the games because I know I'm not going to be, well, right now my mind says I'm not going to be spending the rest of my life down here. Like I say, I've been making, getting in position where I can return to the States. And but I just got to get everything set up right. Not only in the States, but here. I've got to get everything set up right. And it's going to take time. And but the thing is, that's why I'm a little more lenient on going along with the rules down here. And then again, some of the rules I can ignore because I am a gringo and don't know any better. So, but like I say, that's why morals, right back to the morals, is such an important issue, not only in my life, but I expect it being around me, because immoral rules is definitely a turnoff for me. And so if you really want me to try to get along and go along, they have to be based on some kind of morality, just not somebody's whim, you know, because I've learned that when it's like that, it's a control mechanism, and the idea is to control me, to get me into the corral so you can victimize me. So that's another reason why I'm not real big on rules, and I keep that in mind in all aspects of my life. And maybe that's something you need to think on. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.